Bit of an odd start to the weekend. I was in Chesham doing a monster making workshop for kids.
This is the thing, mums always end up having to do. I know, right? All those
Jolene, 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 I'm begging of you, please don't take my hand.
Make the monster noise! Make the monster noise! Don't worry, it's very friendly.
Make a big horrible noise. It's loud.
all those brilliant programs come to you.
Which is a hat festival designed to bring as many people as we can into the high streets. And as you can see, it's busy and buzzing, and we're really pleased with it. And we're hoping that this will be an annual event that will bring people from all across Buckinghamshire and beyond.
That's good. That's Honky, is it?
Yeah, Honky.
Honky the monster. Good monster there. Thank you. Sadly, thunder and lightning and torrential rain finished the event a little bit early, but we had some fun. Yes, indeed, we did have fun. And today's a much better day. It's very blustery, so I've had to put the old lapel mic on. But at least we've got no thunder and lightning today and torrential rain. Yesterday's event was part of the Hats Off Festival in Chesham. It's named after the fact that there was a guy hundreds of years ago called Roger Crabb, who was a hatter, whose millinery, is that what they call it, hatter's place? But that was on the high street in Chesham, and he made hats. And like a lot of hatters back in those days, his use of mercury and other chemicals meant that he went bonkers, basically. In fact, some people say that Roger Crabb is possibly the inspiration for the Mad Hatter in Lewis Carroll's Alice in Wonderland, but that is disputed. But nevertheless, Roger Crabb, bit of a local hero, because after going completely bonkers, he climbed up into a tree, built a tree house, and lived on nothing but the bounty of nature. He basically foraged all of his wild greens and fruits and veg, and was a very early vegan. And if you go to Chesham Library, you can see a sculpture made out of recycled materials that I made of Roger Crabb. Here he is. So that's a nice thing, isn't it? Onwards with the walk. Harris engaging in his favourite hobby, peeing on things. He's really good at it now. We've had quite a lot of rain this last 24 hours or so, and I'm wondering whether it's bringing out any of the fungi now. I mean, there's this old dry one on this, what is this? Oh, this is a goat willow. There's some old fungus on here, but this is the old dried stuff. This isn't new. I thought I might have seen some new growth, but we might come across something, who knows. It must be said, we are still a little bit early for fungi, although I have seen a few. And also I couldn't help noticing that growing down the alleyway by the side of my house, we've got some already ripe blackberries. It's mid-July. That's very early. I mean, when I was a kid, we always went picking blackberries in September, in the autumn, and it kind of moves back into August, but mid-July is very early for ripe blackberries, it must be said. Some lords and ladies there, and the first red lords and ladies I've seen, although that seems to have been knocked off its stem, very possibly by the actions of birds. They like them even if we can't eat them. First red ones I've seen there. I've always thought this is a sweet gesture. Whoever the owners of Poppy were, they say basically, yeah, any old toys, stick them in there, let your dog play with them, then put them back. It's a lovely idea. Oh, look at that, a red kite feather. That's always a treat to find. Oh, lovely thing, look at that. Oh, it's a bit tatty, but that's why it's been molted, of course. That's what birds do at this time of year. I might just stick that one in my hat. Of course, even as I said I'm going to stick it in my hat, I realise I'm wearing a flat cap today because it's too windy for my normal Stetson or Panama type style hat. But I've got it here in my pocket. I'll stick it in my Stetson when I get home. Wow, look at the colour of that. It's actually a leaf that's dying. There's another one just below it, look. It's actually a sorrel leaf, which are normally green, but as it's dying, all the green's disappearing, the chlorophyll's disappearing, and it's turning into that gorgeous red. Look at that. Beautiful. I hate you noisy choppers. You're ruining my rural idyll. I tell you, Thomas Hardy would have written bugger all if you lot had been around back in his time. You know, you'd never wish for the COVID pandemic to come back, but my God, I enjoyed the peace and quiet. It's tiny, but it's a start. Okay, so not a lot of fungi today, but I'm going to be keeping my eye out on certain areas. This cherry tree last year had a really nice chicken of the woods growing just there, and a little bit further along, past this big oak, there was another one on that tree there, which is another cherry, and there was another one around here. There was another one growing on the back here. So there's obviously a spore trail that comes down through here. So I'm hoping it survived long enough to kick some spores out, and then we'll see some chicken of the woods this year. That will be very nice indeed. There was a hole in the cherry tree trunk here with a spider web over it, and as I first put the camera on it, a spider ran back inside the hole. Not quite sure what sort of spider that is, but that's quite cool, isn't it? Is that enough for a video yet? It probably is, isn't it? You don't want to go on too long or people will just get bored. So that's it for this time. Do subscribe, do like the videos. The more subscriptions I get, the more likes I get, the more I'm able to do more of these videos. So until next time, toodle pip.